able to attend, and they can watch these videos on Moodle. Yeah, I forgot to tell you. Hope screen is also visible right now. On Moodle, maybe you got the accounts and login details and password and all the stuff. If you log in, you can see the subjects which are allocated for you for a SEM 1 of ME, MTech. So under data mining DM, I have uploaded the previous videos which we have recorded. You can visit there and you can watch again. You can download also. Very soon, maybe today or tomorrow, I'll upload the required notes and books. Notes in form of books will be there. So books I will upload. You can download and you can see those. If at all there is a size limit, I'll extract. I'll divide those in small parts and I'll upload so that you can combine and you can again at your side you can make single PDF of all the PDFs. Yes, by merging, because size limitation is there. Let us see how I can do that. Once I upload it, I will inform you so that you can refer those things. Maybe already you received the notification that your test is scheduled in next week. So as per the time schedule, there will be a test of 30 questions will be there, MCQ. And out of these three lectures, one lecture is supposed to discuss the MCQs. So definitely in this week, we'll discuss the MCQs so that it will help you when you are appearing for the test. So I started to record this lecture. Previous things will be missed now. From this moment, you can watch. Some students are there; they are unable to join the lectures, but they can uh, download and they can watch the videos. Okay. So Moodle, I will upload all those details. You can visit Moodle and you can download or you can see that. Even you can go to my YouTube channel also and you can search their videos. Previous database videos are also available. You can go through that if somewhere you are not clear with some minor things. So, but it is expected that when you are going for PG, UG subject already you know it, everything. And next things which are not there, but now you are going to study it. Right. So, hope I am clear to everyone. Now we are learning next point, that is optimization of data warehouse, and we are choosing data warehouse, but enterprise we are just giving name because as per institute, as per enterprise, their requirements will be different, and we can create such kind of data marts based on the applications, based on the enterprise requirement. Data warehouses, which are again we are terming those as data marts. You know it. So to optimize EDW, enterprise data warehouse, we use evolutionary approaches, and we can use again these kind of technologies which are available right now: Hadoop, big data, all this machine learning and everything, which again are dependent for the data on the data warehouses or data marts or collection of data. Remember, if I am thinking about the Twitter, Twitter will have their huge server where all this data is stored, and they observe the patterns and they come up with the new topics which are published, which are open for discussion. People tweet regarding that, and these trends are observed. So you can imagine if there are million of people are there, million tweets will be there for seconds, for hours, and all those are required to store a data. And whenever there is a storage, definitely we can term it as data warehouse or data mart or huge data. So how much required time? Suppose there are 1,000 people and we are serving food for them. So the 1,000 people or 999th person should get food. So he will be waiting in queue. And how much time he requires to get the food for eating, that much time we can count. And we can say this is the optimization, measuring. If required time is huge, we can plan how to reduce it. how to reduce it. So this is general example we implement now for data warehouse. So if there is a 100 terabyte of data is stored and I require one file, then out of searching and then loading it and I'm accessing it, how much time require it? That is how we optimize it, we calculate, and we try to implement it faster. You are already witnessing this on Google search engine. Suppose I typed a term and enter. It will take some time and display the next links, probable matching links to you. This is done at a back end, right? And there are agents. And there is this is also part of artificial intelligence. Remember. So this is how we optimize. If I was also telling the example that if I study for 5 hours and in examination I am scoring 70%. So to get 80%, what is required to do? I need to increase my study from 5 hours to 6 or 7. So I've optimized that. 5 hours study give me 70% marks. 7 hours study give me 80% marks. 10 hours study will give me 90% of marks. So this is how the improvement. This is how the optimization. And in data warehouse, how much time it requires to access the data apart from huge information stored with all these in operations, extract, transform, load, and then allowing it for accessing, managing everything, all these operations. Management, we have seen what things are required. All these achieving policies, versionings, data security and protection, metadata management, data linkages, and it takes a approach. So what is that approach? Optimization approach is expand the storage footprint. So whatever kind of storage we are saving and whatever kind of structure we use, expand it. Increase computational powers, loading, extracting, searching. So we need to increase these kind of computational powers. So in 1 second, if I'm searching 1,000 records, so I need to increase my computation power like that. In 1 second, I should search 10,000 records. So this is increment. So the approach should be expand storage, increase computational power, broaden the scope of application support, and finally, when we are doing this, do at low cost. So lower the cost. Lower the cost, better the implementation. So this is how we optimize. So we expand, we increase computational powers, then we broaden the scope of application support in low cost. So we'll go for some figures and we'll try to access this. So EDW, next generation EDW, Enterprise Data Warehouse, is the big data warehouse. So currently it is the era, big data. So data warehouse are termed as big data warehouses. So there is a global survey which is conducted by one organization, and they say that they have asked one question, and depending on the answers, they are coming with this analysis. So this is what is the analysis. Hope the slides are changing and you are observing it. You can unmute and tell me. I'm going for next slide. Is it reflecting at your side?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you for the reply. So this Forrester's 2016 global survey is there, and they have asked question that which of the following initiatives are likely to be your in your organization's top business priorities, and better leverage big data and analytics in business decision making. So these are the initiatives. If I started as a organization, they have collected, so they are asking this question to the organizations that if you have a data warehouse, and if you are turning your data warehouse to leverage this big data and analytics in business decision making, is it okay, is it good? And if you are going for as a priority based, so what is that priority? So 1% said that they don't know whether this is good or bad. 90% people said that this is a critical priority because changing is not possible, and for change, if we go for, there are chances of loss. So what they think, 40% people say that this is the high priority, but we should go for it so that next things will be very easy. Moderate priority is answered by 28% people, or you can say organizations, and some are saying okay, we can do that, and it is not that much higher priority, low priority, 9%. So we can say that 59% of respondents stated that leveraging big data and analytics, it means balancing big data and analytics, was a critical or high priority. So this is how they optimize. So 59% optimize their data warehouse, their enterprise data warehouse. And if they are implementing this big data and analytics using or implementing on their enterprise data warehouse, definitely they need to balance it. And that is of high priority, 40%, critical priority, 90, it means more than that. So 59% people are responding is of higher priority or more than that. We should go it. We should go for it. We should implement suddenly. Our data warehouse should be converted from traditional to big data warehouse. We should support. We should implement the new technologies. Why? Because there is a need of optimization. There is a need of expanding storage, increasing computational power. There is a need of scope to broaden the scope of the applications which are supported. For example, Twitter is application. Facebook is application. Facebook is supported by big servers where the data is stored. Yes? Hope you are agreeing with me. Because if 5 years before, if you observe, and we assume that there are only 20 crore people who are using Facebook, and if we observe today, it should be more. Maybe it is 200 crore people are using Facebook. It means 200, as comparative to 20 crore people, 200 crore people are going to upload their images, their event photographs, their different day-to-day life thinking or events, and 200 crore people are going to access the Facebook because on a simple device also it is available. That is mobile, smartphone. Application is there. Go to Facebook, log in, see who has done what. So as comparative to 20 crore, 200 crore people are going to upload, download, access, and to handle this huge load. Your small data warehouse, which is EDW, should support big data warehouse. And to convert from traditional to the better data warehouse, whether we should go for it or not. And 59% people are saying that it should be on the topmost priority. It should be very more than that. We should implement suddenly. Else, everything will going to be crashed, or we will be not in a position to fulfill the requirements of a user. Today, what we want? We want the smartphone, which will be of around 10,000 or 15,000 cost, and it should have everything. It should have 64 or more than that megapixel camera. It should have a higher computation power. It should have a 6 GB RAM. It should have this kind of a processor. If I click for going for accessing it, it should open in minutes. That is what we want. So we want high computations. So if I click on Facebook, it should get open easily. If I am playing Asphalt 9 game, my device should support it. That is what I want. So these are my requirements. And what organizations do, they do the business. How? They identify the requirement and provide us the such kind of better products. So optimization is required. So companies are looking to big data for EDW optimization. That is what I am trying to say for on the previous slide. So companies are looking for optimization, enterprise or data warehouse optimization, and they want to implement using the current recent better technologies which will provide them, and those are big data warehouses. 82% of 2550 plus respondents are looking to big data for EDW optimization rather than straight replacement. Even replacement is also not possible, so we should go for optimization and we should go implement these techniques and slowly implement with full, you can say, optimization techniques. And this is the 2016 survey. We are 5 years ahead now. 21 is right now. Maybe from 82 it is gone to 99%, and maybe 82% of people, organizations are implemented this. Augmenting enterprise data warehouse, saying 40%. It means slowly convert it. Implement new technology and slowly you can come up with good. It's not possible to convert or replace one technology in night, in single night or in 2 3 days. Not possible. We require to implement these things slowly. If at all we are going for increasing storage power, suddenly in night it is not possible. Slowly we have to increase that. So such view have 40% people, they are saying out of survey. Replacing the enterprise data warehouse, 18% we are going for replacing. Just replace it with new technology. But there will be some problems. We require historical data also. For decision making, for making an analysis, we require the data. And data, not only today's, previous, it means historical data also required. And when we are replacing, definitely there are chances that we will lose the data. We don't want to lose, and that's why we should go for augmenting. That is 40%. And 42% are saying that both we should go for both. It means we should go for augmenting and also for replacing as percent wise. That's why we are combining this 40 and 42. 82% respondents are looking for big data for EDW, enterprise data warehouse optimization. So we can have solutions. We can have solutions. We can have solutions by using enterprise data warehouse optimization. We can go for providing the securities. We can go for new implementation of new technologies, IoTs and streaming analytics. We can have different huge data centers. So what are the drivers of modern business intelligence infrastructure? So we are changing infrastructure, and who are the drivers who are forcing us? So these are the 5 6 forces are there which are saying that change your infrastructure, go for modernization, go for modification, so that optimizations will be higher or your performance will be higher. So deeper and broader data sets are available, and these are forcing us to go for modern business intelligence infrastructure. Complete data provenance, leading analytics and tools which are available right now are forcing us to go for BI. Else, we will be out of this business. If, if this is difficult to understand, I'll just give two examples. Just check it out. Hope you are listening me. I'll just give two examples. Definitely, this optimization will be thorough through by you. Do you know Kodak company? Koda. Kodak. K. I think it is K, not C. Kodak. Kodak. Kodak company, which is mainly for the creation of good cameras, photography, and all this stuff. Now nobody purchase those Kodak cameras, lenses. Nobody goes for it. Why? Can you analyze this? Currently, we do have a Nokia 1110. This was the model 1110, Nokia 1110 model, mobile, where we can communicate. No application of Facebook, no application of Twitter, no application of WhatsApp, and all the stuff. They were not there. Just but mobility, mobile device. So without connecting to the wire, we can call a friend, we can send the text message, and we can receive. So that was the era. So in this Nokia 1110, to capture the images, the camera which was there very less, zero point 0.2 megapixel. Camera quality is very bad, and that's why we need to capture the photographs in other functions or in day-to-day life. And we are purchasing these kind of cameras. Kodak and was the leader as a enterprise, as an organization. They haven't identified the future. They don't have this BI, business intelligence infrastructure. Nowadays, your smartphone, if we take, it will have minimum 20 megapixel camera inbuilt in that. And not only camera, it provides me different features. That's why we call it. So your simple mobile phones are replaced by feature phones, and your feature phones are replaced by smartphones. The industries which are identified this, they are the leaders now. Even Nokia failed to identify this business coming. They have not changed their infrastructure, they have not upgraded themselves, but Samsung does. And that's why Nokia is out of this market. Samsung is the leader of this market today. Yeah, Nokia later on came on, but still, if you see the figures like this kind of survey, 40% mobiles of Samsung are sold, comparatively 10.5% of Nokia handsets. When Nokia was on the lead, Samsung were nowhere. They were not there in that kind of business. Samsung was not present for mobile sector as a product, if we consider, as a company, as a consider. So this is why this has happened, because this Kodak or Nokia haven't identified what is upcoming, because they don't have this business intelligence, analytics, data warehouses. They haven't studied R&D department. That is what we say. So these are the you can say available tools which are making available analysis, and they are forcing us to change our infrastructure. Samsung is adopting. That's why they are the leader. Apple is adopting. That's why they are the leader right now. When we consider only business, business model. So they have this leading analytics and tools. They can integrate non-EW data to EW data. So convert structured, unstructured data to new big data infrastructure or big data warehouses, where we can go for analysis. We can implement this analysis using different tools. And one thing is more important, ownership. So total cost of ownership. To make analysis, you should have the data with you. You should be a boss of that data. Then you can analyze and you can come up and you can take a decision that the people demands are more and we should provide such kind of product. We should develop such kind of product. We should sell such kind of product to the people. So Samsung identified, because they, whatever data warehouse they are, whatever data they are collecting, whichever data they are storing, they are the owners of that, and that's why they have analyzed, they have processed such a way. So these are the forces, drivers of modern BI infrastructure, and they require the data warehouse modernization. They require to optimize. Even open source transformation impact for changing the data warehouses.
RDBMS. Next step is EW. So at start we said that we are using relational database management system. We use whatever keys are required for that. Now only relational database management system is not there. More than that, there is EDW. So we are built enterprise data warehouse. Now we are going for implementation of along with using big data and Hadoop kind of structures. So if we have unstructured, structured data, we can still analyze, we can convert, we can transform this kind of data into kind of format where we can analyze and we can come up with better decisions, better analysis because there is a huge kind of data variety.
So we can support low cost data centers and cloud architectures for enterprise infrastructure that is implemented using Hadoop and big data. We can eliminate risks. We can ensure the integrity. Now the question remains same, that then why more companies are running into this solution? Because they don't know. They haven't identified their problems. And to implement new infrastructure, you require the compatibility, support. Hadoop requires a bunch of new skill sets. And to acquire the new skill sets, it requires long time. And that's why you should start it very early. It is risky, yes, everything is risky. But you can go for implementing the solutions. You can provide the better securities. You can define the processes. It is hard to integrate. Somebody said it is hard to integrate. Yes, but we can do it slowly. And that's why 42 and 40% people are saying, rather than replacement, we should go for changing slowly, slowly. And this is where this is the architecture which we have seen for a data warehouse. We are just showing small thing, that enterprise mission critical applications, ERP, CRM, all these are where raw data is processed, and we are going for ETL, that is extract transform load, or ELT, extract load transform. We can build data marts, we can have cube marts, we can have data landing and deep archives, and we can use this EDW along with new technologies so that we can provide the end users the applications, and we can fulfill the requirements. And optimization is required, and we can implement optimization, or we can increase our performance by using the new technologies, and slowly we can convert our traditional data warehouses into big data or Hadoop data warehouses, where we can store huge data, expand the storage, we can increase computational power, we can broaden the scope of application support, and we can do all these things at lower cost. So this much from my side. If you have any queries, you can ask. And this is the end of our second. This is the end of our second unit. If any queries are there, welcome.
Hope I am clear with optimization of data warehouse.
Why it is required, what it will benefit, how to do it.
And there are approaches, 4 approaches we have seen.
Increase the storage capacity,
increase the application supports which are required, implement with modern technologies, and do all these things with at low cost, possibly low cost.
So we will stop here. Yeah, I'll upload the material for you. Second test is in next week, and it will be based on like MCQ type of questions. So probable MCQ type of questions we'll discuss in upcoming lectures. So if any queries are there, I'll welcome. Yes, you log into Moodle, go for DM. I will upload the things. I have uploaded previous videos also. I think I've done it. Just remaining the lecture notes and all this stuff. I will upload today or tomorrow. When I will upload, I will inform all of you. Okay. So we'll stop here. I've noted that there are 3 people. Kumar, Vaikar, and Kamade. Okay. Thank you very much. I'll stop here. Any queries from your side? Anybody? Okay. We'll stop here. Thank you. Wish you a good day. Bye.